Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, welcome traders. This is Dan from AITG. Here we are on our Wednesday evening webinar. We want to welcome all of you that are in attendance here tonight. We have several AITG people here. We have attendees. I see Earl Smith is in here this evening. Welcome, Earl. We're looking forward to our discussions this evening, at least this evening here on our time. I do want to give you a little bit of a layout about how we would work our schedule. During the process of our webinar, if you have a question, you can click on that little hand signal and it will, we'll see that. It'll show up as a hand and we'll see that, and you could type in a question and we'll attempt to get that question answered. Now, meanwhile, at the very end, if you can hold questions till the end, we will have an open mic session where you can actually verbally join in the discussion, ask any other questions you might have. But in the event you have any comments or questions along the way, just click on that little raise your hand symbol and we'll take care of that.
Hey, hang on a second, Dan. Hey, Earl, if you go ahead and give us a sample hand raise, hit the hand raise button so we can make sure that it's working for you.
See if we see it. There it is.
All right, Earl, thank you. Okay, good.
Okay, well, let me go through our obligatory 60-second disclaimer so we can get on with our program. Number one, we are not licensed financial advisors or broker dealers. We do not tell you when or what to buy or sell. We develop trading software which allows you to conveniently manage multiple trades simultaneously, both on an individual pair basis as well as on an overall account equity basis. Our trading systems allow you to set the criteria you want for entering and exiting trades. Number two, do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Number three, we do not guarantee consistent pips or that anyone can make money with no effort, and we are not selling the Holy Grail. Number four, every system can have winning and losing streaks. Number five, money management plays a large role in the results of your trading. For example, lot size, account size, broker leverage, and broker margin call rules all have an effect on results. Also, your take profit and stop loss settings for individual pair trades and for overall account equity have a major impact on results. If you are new to trading and do not understand these items, then we recommend you go to babypips.com and study there for a while and then come back to us. All right. Now, I'm going to pass the room over to Roger right now, and he's going to go into the next phase of our webinar. You ready, Roger?
Sure am. Thank you, Dan. Hey, again, we just have Eddie and Fred check in. Before I proceed, Eddie and Fred, if you see that little hand symbol on your control panel, click that and give me a hand raise so I know that that you hear us. And there we go, Fred. Okay, thank you. Eddie, do you see a little hand icon there on your control panel? If you give us a quick hand raise so we know that you hear us.
I think it's located right beside that question mark.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, as you're looking at it, let me just tell you, as we shared with Earl there, if you have any questions during the webinar, raise your hand and we'll unmic you and we'll address your question. But if you can hold it until the end, we will open up the mics and have a Q&A session and a discussion on anything that you guys want to talk about. So, all right, well, let's get started here. If you haven't been to our website or our Forex Factory forum on the commercial site, we have lots of videos showing the setup of the dashboard, the setup and operation of the Haas trading system. So for more in-depth information on that, please go back and refer to those videos. But I just want to give a quick rundown on what we're looking at here. This is a demo account. And we have 28 pairs that we can trade. We control the pairs, what we're trading, by highlighting the pairs in blue. Now I'll go ahead and turn them all back to white. So when they're turned white, no trades will be activated from the trading system. Once I hit the 28 pairs, they all turn blue. Now the signals coming from the individual charts down below here will send a signal when they're qualified, and we'll take the trades. Now I'll go into this a little more in depth here shortly, but one of the flexibilities you have here, I'm going to show later on a show and tell session of a London setup that I do. Started doing it 3 nights ago, and I'll show those results. But one thing you can do is, you say you're going to do the London session, you can turn on just those London pairs, those the euros and the pound pairs, or the pound pairs by themselves, as I'm doing right here, and just trade those. As the signals come in, they'll take those trades, or you can trade all 28. All right, I don't want to get too far into the weeds on strategy. Just we'll talk more again about operation. For you guys who've already bought the starter package, I'm sure if you haven't received it, you'll get it soon. As soon as you get it, I recommend you spend a couple hours and go over this functions here. It's pretty self-explanatory here. This red button here clears all your buttons. This button right here, let me hang on a second. Let me put a spotlight on so you can see better versus following my mouse around. Show alert window. That will bring up your alert window here. Oh. Anyway, so you click that and your alert window will pop up. Right below that, as you close all trades, this will close all the trades that you're on the dashboard at one time. If you want to change your chart period from, right now I'm trading on an hour on all 28, you open that and change your chart period from 60 minutes to 240 to 140 or 1440 for daily, etc. If you want to change your templates, this is a nice feature here too. Say, well, actually, I'll tell you what. When we get into the show and tell, Dan, if you remind me, we'll change a couple templates. All right.
Okay.
And then we'll go into some of these other features here. But across the top here, this is all self-explanatory. We got your lot size, what the actual spread is at any one time, ADR, your CDR, and then these two columns here shows you how many trades closed with the take profit or with the stop loss. These next two show your long trades and your short trades, whether they're active or accumulative for each pair. And these show your active trades, and then this shows you your current profit and loss for each trade. Down below here, it gives you the total for what we call the basket, for whatever basket of pairs you're trading, whether all 28 or whatever. And so it gives you your current your current basket amount. And then this is all self-explanatory. Over here, this column here, your starting balance, account balance, etc. We also show you your margin levels, minimum, your free margin levels, the lot size that you have set inside, and max net equity, max equity drawdown, and coming back, shows you how many baskets you've closed if you're using a equity lock like I have set here. And then present trades open, and then max trades open in any one session. Now you can change your session times, and we'll show that too a little more in depth later. Like with the London session, you'll see that I have from the start of London to the close of London, I can go in there, and so my timer will turn on and turn off during the London time only, so it won't take trades outside of the London time period. All right, and then up here I'm showing the statistics. Okay, you can turn that off. Let me go turn this spotlight off for a second. All right, and we can put on the basket equity. All right, now this graph is set for every 2 minutes. It updates and it records. where the basket equity is, and it'll build a graph for you. Very, very good visual piece there. Also, you can click the stats, and it'll bring up the stats. It'll tell you your trades, your buys, your buys and your sells, and the wins and losses for each, the lot size, your commission if your broker charges a commission, and then also the swap, and then your current open profit and loss, and your closed profit and loss. We also calculate the value of PIP for each pair, which is kind of a nice feature. Now, there's a strategy that I like to use with using the closed profit and loss. Let's say that with this Haas system, I've been running it for a couple of weeks now, and I'm gathering all this data here in the statistics columns. And I know now by looking at this, my closed profit and loss, what pairs are hot and which ones are not. So by looking at this on a daily basis, or at whatever interval you decide, you keep turned on the pairs that are hot. Let's see here. That's Swiss. I just started up at the beginning of the broker day, but so the point is that you can turn on the pairs that are hot, and the ones that are not, that are in red and negative, don't play those. A lot of times, you know that the pairs will go into trends up and down, and then they'll go into a ranging period. And it's during those ranging periods for most trading systems that you get what we call whipsawed or eaten up a little bit. So if you can identify those periods, why not turn them off and not trade them, and only trade the ones that are trending up and down. All right. Now, so you have to look at your charts. You can either click on the tabs below here, all right, and look at your charts, or going back to the dashboard, you can click on the pink button right here, and that will take you to your charts. So either way, I tend to go with the pink buttons. It's because it's just right there instead of having to look down below. Now on your setup, real quickly here, when your dashboard, and then we put this in the setup video, your dashboard, you want to put that on a pair that's not part of the 28. So it has to be. We always use Euro Turkey or U.S. Turkey, but the Mexican or any other pair out there that you have that your broker has available to you, you could use for your dashboard. All right, let me open up my Forex Factory here real quick and show you my testing. All right, so I'm going to go into forums here, just showing you also how to get to our forum. Commercial content under forums on Forex Factory. Hey, give me, with a show of hands, are you guys familiar with Forex Factory, right? Okay, good. When you get to commercial content forum, you can find us. Hopefully we stay at the top here, but it's under stress-free automated trading systems. And we just started this forum not too long ago, so it's fresh. It's a brand new forum. And let me scroll down to the bottom here. And we also are posting some great videos here that our chief programmer Gene has put up. This is if you haven't seen it yet, highly recommend you go check this out. This is what's coming up, the second generation already of the dashboard, and there's some pretty neat things there. Just a quick plug on that though. When you purchase the dashboard now, generation 1. When we come out with the next generation, whoever has generation 1 will receive a free upgrade. So, but the benefit about buying now is you get that free upgrade at the discounted price versus you know, there could be a little bit of a price increase with the next generation. Lots of great features coming on that. Not to say what we have already isn't great. It's going to get greater. All right. And here's another video of the AITG the dashboard feature update performance. And then here's another good video on getting started. So if you bought the package already, if you haven't seen this, come here and check out this video because it's pretty in depth on setting up. Right. I started posting today my results, and these are just if you notice up here where it says saved, you click on that button there on your dashboard and it takes a picture, a snapshot of your dashboard, and it puts it in your file in your MT4 database. So you have a visual record of your performance, which is kind of nice to have. But let me see if I could go this. So this was 3 days. I know it's kind of small. You guys see the bigger picture now? Dan, you see that bigger picture, correct?
Yeah, it's better. That's bigger now. We got full screen.
Okay, good. I wanted to, you know, everyone opens up an MT4 account, a live account with whatever account size. You know, it could be anything. But I wanted to illustrate here on this demo account that you can take a small account size of $300, and of course this is with Traders Way, which is a broker that I use, and you can use any broker you want. We're not pushing any brokers here. I just like them because they're one of the largest out there.
Plus they have high leverage available.
Yeah, high leverage available, and you can trade 10 cents a pip. So what I'm illustrating here is a very low starting account balance and 10 cents a pip. And let's see, where was my margin? Well, I think it erases when I close this out. But right before I close this out, it shows you how the minimum margin level. You have plenty of margin space there. So, and I took, on this first day, I took 17 trades. So $3.51, 10 cents a pip, that's 35 pips.
You know, that's amazing, Roger, because when you think about it, $300, and on the Traders Way, they've got 1,000 to 1 leverage if you're $1,000 or under in your account. 1,000 to 1 leverage, $300 is equivalent to 3,000 pips.
Exactly. So you got plenty of room there. So, you know, my philosophy,
if your account's over 1,000, between 1,000 and 20,000, you still have 500 to 1 leverage, which is still amazing.
Yep.
So anyway, sorry to interrupt you, Roger. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Anytime, Dan. You know, let me just give you, Dan, I know you've heard this 1,000 times, but my philosophy on trading. Now, most of us, I guess collectively, us at AITG here, we probably have over what, let's see, about what, 75 years of trading experience between us. And one thing that I've been trading for well over 15 years. Did stocks before then. And one thing I learned, the hard lesson, was there's a couple things that will bite you and get you every time. And that's the greed bug, all right? Trying to get too much too quickly, thinking that this is a get rich quick scheme. It's not. And the other one is the lack of patience. So if you can nip those bugs in the rear and overcome those, you will be a much successful, higher successful trader. And then the third one here is margin. What worst thing you do is get a margin call. And the way I keep from getting margin calls is by giving myself as much space as possible between the lot size that I'm trading and the account size. All right. The more fluff you give, the more space, the more space you give yourself, the better off you'll be. Now you can see here on this particular day, 3 days ago, it opened up, and of course you have a drawdown. My max drawdown for that day was 45 pips. This is in dollar amounts. This equity lock is what I use, and this equity lock feature is you go into the properties and you set that, and it's set for at a target of $5. It will lock in $3.50 and then trail by $1.50. All right, you convert that into pips by dividing 10 cents, 0.1 by your what am I? I'm having a brain fart here.
Well, 0.01 is like equivalent to 10 cents a pip on the average.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right. 10 cents. So you divide 10 cents a pip by your dollar amount here, and that will tell you how many pips you made. So this is 35 pips.
Right.
But the drawdown, max drawdown on this day was 45 pips, but the max net equity was 50 pips. So it got the 50 pips, it locked in, and then drew down to 35 pips, and then closed. So it's kind of like a break even plus this equity lock. All right, let's look at the next day. Let's close this. We'll make this larger. Now this was 2 nights ago. Had a little bit better night. Again, 17 pairs traded, and it got started a little bit earlier, or a little bit later into the London period before I took its first trade. But you can see my drawdown. It get a little bit of drawdown at first, and then it spiked up, pulled back, and then we must have been a news event. And this was into after the U.S. markets opened, and it
probably
spiked
the New York Open.
Could have been. It was definitely into New York there. So I had a max net equity of 85 pips. Anyway, I closed with 70 pips. It's not bad. Now, if you guys have been following the volatility of the Forex markets for the past year and a half, you know it hasn't been good. It's been very, very low. And a lot of traders out there, if you read some of these forums, they think they're doing good by, bringing in 20, 25 pips a day. So we're clipping just a little bit better than what some of the averages are out there. All right, let's look at the next last night's results. Now, last night's results, this was it just didn't close until after London. I think about 1400, 2 o'clock today Central Time. And this graph set at 2 minutes is a 24-hour period. So I had to reset the graph because the graph stopped over here. So I reset the graph, and that's when it closed. But there was some drawdown right here. That's a lot of drawdown, but it did bounce back, and I picked up 184 pips. So that's not bad at all. The setup here, let me go back to this other chart here. I'll show you what the setup was. All right. Let me just close. All right, here, back to my active chart here. I am on my setup, I'm using this Haas indicator. And real quickly, just the Haas is, to get into the mechanics of it, I can tell you what it does, and make it a little more understandable than getting into the weeds of the mechanics of a Haas. It basically it is a directional indicator, and it's based on averages of a couple moving averages, and it gives you these bars. And what's nice about the Haas, as this trend gets stronger, your bars get longer. And then when the trend starts weakening, your bars get weaker. So by looking at the strength of the bars, you can tell that when it's getting ready to turn on you, and you know to get out. All right. So we have this set with the default here to 28212, which is just fast enough to get you in at the beginning of a trend, but not too fast. Because if you get too fast, if you lower these numbers, and I'll just show you real quick. I'll bring this down to 23. to 4. And you can see how much it speeds up. Look at that. It speeds up quite a bit. So you get in earlier on these trends, but the problem is you get some whipsawing when you go sideways. And you know that whipsawing will eat you up big time. So just through our testing and experience, we've determined that this 2.8, 2.12 setting is kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It's the porch that's just right. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, not too fast, not too slow, but it's just right. Oh. Now, again, we are just sharing with you our experiences. Again, we're not telling you how to trade this. We're just showing you how to drive this high performance machine here. And you need to learn how to trade this in accordance with your own tolerances and your own trading styles. So, you know, we're just throwing out ideas and, you know, something for you to work with or modify. Let's see. What else I need to talk about here with this Haas, Dan? Oh. I am using the breakout lines. And once you're in a trade, the breakout lines go away. I'll show a chart with the breakout lines. So basically, well, I'll just show that in a second. But I'm using the break. Keeping that in mind, I'm using the breakout lines, and I'm using also in the Indy. You have a trailing stop loss in pips. And it's just like the equity lock on the dashboard, but this is measured in pips. And I have 3 levels of targets here, and at each target level I have a lock and a trail, so it locks and trails at each target level, and then when it backs off as on an individual pair, it closes the trade with profit. So that's all I'm using. I'm using the 2.8, 2.12 direction setting, along with using the breakout lines and then the trailing stop loss. You could change this and go with color change, the Haas color change, and when you do that, that means that it will take the trade on the confirmation, the close of the first color change. So here was the color change here. When this candle closes, bang, it takes the trade right there, and this went down 52, 54 pips. And then it obviously would back up and take you out with some nice profit there. But I like, for this experiment here, using the direction with the breakout. All right. Now, what was I going to show, Dan? Let's see here. You guys have any questions before we go on? All right, no questions. We'll move on. We were hoping our chief programmer would show up, would be here tonight, but he's busy working on stuff, and was hoping that we'd get a sneak live preview of the next dashboard. But I'll have to save that for another time. All right. Okay, Dan, you got some show and tell for us, Dan?
Yeah, I got a little bit to talk about here.
All right, let me give the screen to you. Let's see here. There you go. All right, you got the screen, buddy.
You see my cursor moving?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Check this. Here's a little experiment I ran last evening, kind of in a little bit in line with what you were talking about earlier, Roger. Up until now, the last several webinars we've done and recorded, we've been showing all 28 pairs to trade. Did something a little bit different here along the lines you were talking about. I decided I was going to do the London Open, like you were suggesting.
Mhm.
And so I did just the pound pairs and the euro pairs, just like you said. Here's all the euro, 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 pound, 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 pound. All right. So that would have been the obvious pairs you'd want to pick to trade in the London session. But then I went one step further. I looked into the average daily range, these ADRs as average daily range, and then CDR's current daily range. Current daily range is how many pips since the broker opened today.
Mhm.
All right. Average daily range takes a look back and gives you an average daily range over a look back. I don't recall exactly what that look back
I think
was.
it's 14 days now. I'm pretty, yeah.
Okay, so I looked, here's these pairs that I've lit up here, and I look at the average daily range. 127 pips a day, 124. I mean, that's pretty good. That's among the higher numbers on the whole list.
Mhm.
And here's a paltry 47 and a paltry 43, and 106, 115, 70, 136, 130, 89, 147, 155. Pretty good the movement there. That's what you want, is volatility. So I thought, well, let me take these two little puny ones and just take them off. I won't trade them. So I undo the blue box for those two. You see that?
Mhm.
So I ran that and had it start at London Open, which for me was 4 a.m. I actually didn't get it started about 4:30, but that's okay. And here you can see it started off when I was trading, in this case, 0.1 lot size, which is $1 a pip. It had a little drawdown, 8 or 9 pips, jumped up a little higher, got up into 28, 30 pip area, had a drawdown down to about minus 18, jumped up to about 36 to 38, 30 some up in there. You see the max net equity was 37 on this chart. So I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and put, this is a basket equity take profit. I already had an equity lock on it, $50 lock in 40 and trail by 10. But see, I hadn't hit the 50 yet. And I thought, well, it might not hit 50. So I'll just take this basket equity take profit and put it up here somewhere around 30. So if it backs down, if it gets 30, I'll at least take that. So anyway, to do that, you hit this button and it comes on, it comes to 100 there, and you make it go up and down with these little carrots here. One day I said you could get a line and push it up and down, and that was incorrect. You have to use these. See, that's bringing the number down, 75, 70, 65. So you can make that go up and down. Now, once it did activate, it would put a line on the chart. You see where the line was. And likewise, on the, it could be a stop loss. You can put that on there. This is on the equity now. It's pretty amazing.
Why don't you toggle it up so it will pop up, they can see it.
Let me try that on the.
Well, yeah, well, actually, no, you don't have any active trades.
No,
so
trades are all off. Now this thing is already closed out.
Yeah.
What I did when I was doing this, I accidentally got it too low and it just closed itself out and it took 25 bucks.
Yeah.
But my illustration point was to show how you can fine tune these pairs that you want to trade by looking at average daily range. And on that subject, just a real quickie, there are some inputs, well, you'll see this later on, where sometimes we will actually use the average daily range to be involved with the stop loss or take profit. That can be done.
Mm-hmm.
Also on our lot size, see this normalized lot size? Like I've got it set for 0.1 lot. If I click normalize, you notice how these lot sizes changed automatically? The pairs that have a real low volatility, it traded more lot size. The trades that have high volatility use lower lot size. The idea is it tries to even itself out so you don't lose on the little puny ones, and you also soften up the big ones.
It gives you the mean value for all the pairs.
Yeah, it's almost like dollar cost averaging on lot size. So I didn't do that in this case, but I just wanted to illustrate that because I don't think it's been mentioned in prior videos.
Yeah, there is so many variables to our dashboard here. You
The
can't.
more you use it, the better you'll like it, the better you'll get.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask a couple of fundamental questions, because whenever we do these, we never know for sure how much experience the participants have that are watching us. Whether they've just been doing this for a short while or they've been doing it forever. But we talk a lot about the London Open, because it's supposed to have a lot of volatility. We talk about the New York Open. Of course, there's also the Tokyo Open. I want you to raise your hand if you know how to find out what the local time is for you on your computer, your local time, for the open of all the sessions. Do you know what time it is on your clock for the London Open, for the Tokyo Open, for the New York Open? Raise your hand if you know. Earl says he knows that. Good, good. Do you know what time it is on your broker, the beginning of your broker day? What time it is on your local clock when your broker starts the new candle? Okay, good. Earl's got it. Okay, great.
You can always cheat and go to Forex Factory.
Right, that's what I was going to go to, and for the benefit of the recording, I want to try to go to that. You still see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. If you go to Forex Factory, go up to Market. Scroll down. Here you see them right down here. We're not talking about Sydney, but we got Tokyo, London, and New York. And the beginning of the bar, if you go up and see the time, that tells you what time it started. That's your local computer time. What time it starts, what time it ends. Same way with New York. So for the benefit of the recording, if there are those of you who don't know how to do that, this is how you can do it. Because we keep talking about, I want to start on the London Open. Well, if you don't know what time the London Open is for you, how are you going to set it up? All right. Now, back to here. If you look up here, we got the local time and the broker time, right? So here goes from 2037 to 03. So that's 4 and 3. That's 7 hours difference. So I know that my broker time is 7 hours later than my local time. So I was over there looking on the Forex Factory to see what my local time was for these sessions to open. All I got to do is add 7 hours to that on the time of day here on my charts, and that's where I want to be if I wanted to look for the actual bar. So I know a lot of people haven't done that.
Dan, that on the new dashboard, Gene has that program in there to identify when you put this on your MT4 platform, it identifies the broker time already and does all that calculation for you automatically. If you remember years ago, Dan, we used to have to manually put that in. Remember?
Yeah.
Yep,
Now you're talking about showing the London Open time.
I'm just talking about as far as showing the broker time versus the local time.
Oh, yes, up here.
Yeah, remember we used to have to put the GMT plus.
Yeah,
it
got very confusing. It got very confusing. Yeah.
Well, you got anything else, Dan?
No, I think that's the main. Oh, I did want to touch on one other thing. Let me go back up to the. I want to go to our. I want to go to our website. This is our website. Roger already showed you what we have over on Forex Factory. Most of that same thing is here, but it's always good to look both places. But from listening to some of the people, I'm not sure if they see everything that's on here. For example, these webinars that we're recording, like right now, if you want to watch those, you go up to free archives and you go down here, click on the free promo webinar videos. These are ones that are normally $19.95 a month subscription, and we got them all going free now. In fact, the Mondays were the paid subscriptions. Wednesdays are just Q&A between us, and it's not live with the attendees. But during this promotional period, we're doing live with attendees on Mondays and Wednesdays. But you can see, you'll get the videos that are here, like the ones we're recording now, will be here. Don't forget to watch all those. And you say, well, where's all the other videos? Well, this opening video here is a great opening video, right off the bat, it's right on the front page. You click that, that's obvious to watch. But over here where it says products, you know, we talk about all these other videos. People say, where are they? Well, you got to go to products, click on starter package, and then you scroll down, and here's where all those other videos are. There's our Haas training video.
Yep, very detailed. Gene does an outstanding job detailing everything you need to know to get started.
So in other words, you don't have to just hope you happen to catch one of our Wednesday webinars to learn everything. It's most of us are all right here already. There's your Haas training video. The dashboard has got 7 videos. Now these are not long, huge, hour-long videos. Most of them are like 20 minutes or less. So we don't want to put you to sleep. But he's got it divided into 7 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's that last one on the Rincos. So I just wanted to make it clear, and for those that are watching this recording, this is where you find these videos. It's already on the website. You don't want to overlook those, all right?
Yep. Hey, you got anything else, Dan, before we open up for Q&A? And
no, I think we're ready. Let's go ahead.
All right. Okay, we're going to open up the mics, guys. You don't have to talk, but your mics will be on if you do. Oh, I don't think Eddie has. Eddie, do you want to turn your mic on, Eddie? Oh, I don't think Eddie has a mic. Errol, can you hear us?
Yeah, he said he can hear us. He raised his hand.
All right. Do you have any questions for us? Do you have a mic, Earl?
Yeah, his mic's on.
Well, he might not have a mic.
Oh. Well, I mean, will it turn green even if he doesn't have one? I don't know.
Okay, he has a question here.
All right, let's look at these, see if we can find these questions.
Yeah, he said he says yes, he has a mic.
Okay. All right. Well, what do you have? What's your question, Mike or Earl?
I'm sorry, he has no mic. He has no mic.
Oh, he has no mic.
He can type a question. Oh, he's got a question mark. Let's click on the question mark. He says no mic. He's typing.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and type a question, Earl. We'll wait on it.
Yeah, Eddie, if you can type a question too, if you don't have a mic, if you have any questions. Yeah, that's well, it's their choice whether. There we go. No questions right now. Oh, he's driving. Okay, obviously that's one.
Yeah, we don't want you to type while you're driving.
Yeah, that's Eddie.
Yeah.
Oh, Eddie's driving?
Yeah, Eddie's driving.
Yeah, Earl's typing a question right now.
Okay. Well, Jimmy, hey, I'm going to take you guys keep an eye on the questions, and I'm going to take the screen back and show a few things here, some ideas.
Eddie just stated that he'll email us later, so we should be getting an email from him, from Eddie and Xavier.
Very well. Dan, you see my screen now? Dan, you see my screen?
Yes, sir, I do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, before we shut it down for the night, just want to show another what I was expressing earlier about selecting and kind of what piggyback what Dan was just talking about, selecting the top ADRs, or what I like to do also is go through the charts one at a time, and you can see here. You see here where you get a little bit of flat line here, you get a little ranging period right here. Yeah, you want to stay out of something like that. You want to look for these. One thing I've noticed about pairs, about patterns, and I'm not a pattern trader, but as far as your up and down trends, you'll have a trend up little bit of a pullback, another trend up, and you'll have at least two tiers to a trend, either up or down, before it goes into a ranging period. Sometimes you might get 3. So if you, let me find a pair that illustrates this better. Let me zoom out here. All right, here's a good example right here. See, we got this rangy period right here. So you identify this, you see it starts ranging, stay away from that. So these 3-4 days right here, you don't want to be trading that. You're going to get...
Hey, Roger.
Yeah.
Earl's got a question. I'll read it real quick. He bought it today, used FXDD, downloaded Trader's Way today. Loading program shows the illegal copy. How can I get to work on Trader's Way?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Earl, that's a very good question. Our security process is that we asked you for the exact name on your account. So when you switch accounts, you have to change that name in the account to match what you gave us when you bought the product.
Yeah, Roger, drop down your navigator and show him your name on your chart there.
Yeah, I don't know how the other one shows up, but with Trader's Way on the navigator, it shows up right here. It gives you your account number, and then it gives you the name. Now, mine's all lowercase, so it has to be, you have to give us exactly the way you gave it to the broker. Like I gave
and it's just the name. It's not the account. We don't care about the account number. I want your name, the exact name.
That's what the dashboard's looking for. To make it a legal copy is looking for the exact spelling of the name. That's what Gene puts in there when he programs your dashboard, your product for you.
So once you get that from him, you can use that on any MT4 platform, any broker, as long as you have that same name, demo or live.
Yep. So you can say you have a Trader's Way platform now, a live one. You can open up a demo account, and as long as you put in that same name in the demo account, it will work on both a live and a demo account at the same time. All right. Does that answer your question, Earl?
So apparently the name that you have coded into your software does not have a name that's exactly the same as on your platform.
Yeah, he's right. So I know Trader's Way, if you you open up a live chat with them and go to the support side of the live chat and just tell them that you need to change your name on your account to whatever it was that you gave us, okay? And then that should do it for you. If you have any problems after, if you have any problems beyond that, Earl, please give us an email and we will jump on it and do whatever we got to do to get that fixed for you.
Yeah. Message us at info@inteltrade.net.
That's correct.
We'll get right back to you.
And Eddie and Earl, just so you know, also, I think we have it advertised somewhere, a couple of places, but we're going to tell you anyway. During your learning process and learning curve here with our product, if you have issues, questions, or if you feel like you need some private tutoring, all you got to do is email us at info@inteltrade.net and request a private webinar and make an appointment with us, and we'll open up a room and log on with you and walk you through whatever setup or anything that you have that you need help with. So we do that free of charge, just
free tutoring.
Help you out and get you going. All right, so keep that in your back pocket. That's always available to you. But you have to email us and request a time. I don't know, Eddie, where Eddie's at, but I know, Earl, I think you're in Canada somewhere. I'm in the central time of the United States. So just have to remember time zone differences, and so we not catching each other when we're sleeping. But if I have to get up in the middle of the night for you, I will. All right. So does that answer the questions, Jimmy?
Yes, sir. I think Eddie had another one. Yes, sir. This webinar is recorded, and I will put it on the site tonight, Eddie. I think he missed part of it.
That's okay.
Yeah, I think another way to
Oh, yeah,
message us is that that contact button on our website. It says contact.
Right.
You can fill in the box and it'll come to us.
Yep. All right, let me just finish my quick illustration here. And so this is not a hard rule here. You know, your ranging period, you got a little bit of a dip, and then you got your trend up. Now you got your uptrend happening here. And there's a lot of ways to identify trends, but trend lines, et cetera, channels, et cetera. But with this Haas doesn't lie. All right, this Haas is very, very accurate. I've been using this Haas for many, many years. But so you see, you have your first leg up, you get in there, and you got your pullback, and then you got your second leg up. Now you watch. Look at how much this has gone up. You watch your little parabolic here between where this Haas is and where your price is. This could pull back a little bit and then go into another up, but the odds are it's going to go into a range period before it decides its next move. So rule of thumb here, you got one leg up, pull back, two leg up, hold off, wait and see what it does. So at this point here, I would turn this pair off, the Aussie Swiss off, and not trade it until I see that next ranging period. You know, it's like a buzzsaw when you go through a ranging period, especially on indicators like this. You know, I mean, you can just look at it. You can just see you're getting up when it's going down, and vice versa. Let's see if we can identify a couple more. So with this Indy, I wanted to explain this also. Here's our breakout lines. These breakout lines are based off of Williams fractals.
So they're modified Williams. You're right.
Modified Williams fractals, and so they're displaying the last the last two fractals. Okay, and so when price breaks that fractal, you can see where it broke here, and it's in agreement with the Haas. It will take the trade on the breakout. All right. The other way of getting in would be just on the color change here. But you can see right here, rangy period over here to your left. But you see right here, you got a little bit of a color change. That would have, if you were going in with the color change only, you would have gone short there, and it would have ate you up a little bit. But by using the direction and the breakouts, you get into this trades a little safer. All right. Let's go through a couple more here. Here's a nice trend down. Now again, remember, these are always the latest two fractal that the breakout lines are based off of. So back here, when we first turned red here, there was probably a breakout line up here, and there was probably one right here. So you got into this trade going south right about here. 28 pips. All right. Now it depends on where, if you were using stop losses or your take profits, or if you were using your trailing stop, you know, on how much your reward would be.
You either got out with profit though.
Oh
the
yeah.
Trailing stop, yeah.
I'm all about getting out with profit. I think if you guys hang out with us for a while, you'll start learning some of our trading personalities. You know, you got people that are very conservative. You got people that are very risky, and then you got people right in the middle. I think the best place to be is in the middle. But you'll learn that I hate stop losses. Not to say I don't use them, I just hate them. Unless it's a trailing stop loss and it stops you out when you're in profit. That's where you want to be. Here's another good trade here. That last fractal was right here, so you're in the upward trend, and it broke out right here. And look at that nice move up, 88 pips. All right, so now you can just start doing the math in your head here. Here's another one. This breakout would have probably might have been over here still. You broke out here. There's 65 pips. And if you're using your equity lock on the dashboard, where you're locking in 100 pips, if you were to go back to pips, remember the conversion is divide your lot size by your dollar amount here, and that tells you how many pips it is. This would be 100 at 100 pips. You lock in 60 trail by 40. So we just saw just on 3 or 4 trades there that we've already locked in there.
Hey, Roger, Eddie just fired off a question here, which you can answer there on that chart. He says, can you manually take a trade if you encounter a pullback to the Haas?
You betcha.
Show him there.
You betcha. Let's see here.
On the screen, you could do it right there on that screen.
Yep. Now, if you don't have any trades on it, you can hit the buy and sell button. In fact, I'll just hit the, oh, did I have my, yep, all my blue one. Which pair was that? That was, I guess it doesn't matter. I'll just take the trade right here. We'll take a long here. So you just click the buy button, bang, there you go. You got it. And the trailing stop loss is activated, and as soon as it gets in there, the stop loss will appear, and will trail until it backs
You
off.
could also manually put on a TP and stop loss line if you wanted to.
Yep, I can do that. Let's go find it here. Double click it, move it down wherever you want to put it. So this will override. You can have that, on all my trading systems, on each pair, I have the trailing stop loss turned on. But if I click on the take profit line activate, and you just double click and move it around, but you gotta make sure you close it again. This overrides what's in the trading system there. It overrides that trailing stop loss.
Right.
So it will still lock and trail, but when it hits the take profit, it closes. And you notice here it says HTP. It's a hidden take profit. That means it's hidden from the broker. Now, for me, that's a good thing. Not that I don't trust my broker, but if my broker saw where my stop losses were, my take profits, I don't know. I'm a conspiracy theorist, My idea is that if you have a stop loss out there, they will find it. It happens every time. So that's what I kind of got against stop losses. But that's just me.
You can show them the stop loss line there too.
Yep. Well,
It's not wanting to come on.
I wonder what's going on there.
Maybe it's too far down.
Maybe the light bulb's out.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, I know. It may be. Well, there is a trade on, isn't there? Yeah, there is a trade on.
Yeah, it should be on there. Let me do something real quick here. Let's turn this off real quick. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
Well, apparently the way we have this coded is the stop loss line. You have to have your trailing stop loss lock setting turned to false in order to use the stop loss. But you can, as I already demonstrated, you can still use the take profit line with that on. You just can't use the stop loss line. So, but yeah, you can manually set it up with and move them around to whatever you think. So you can put it back to your last pullback, put it at whatever level you want, and away you go.
A lot of flexibility.
Yep, you can drive this. You can drive this boat on autopilot, or you can take the wheel and drive it wherever you want to go with it.
And show them what's that show trades button.
Well, that's a nice feat.
Right underneath closed trade.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking that. Let's see if there's any.
There may not be any on that one. On that
no
chart.
trade. If you click show trades, let's find a pair that has some trades that had trades. It won't show your active trades because you see that, but it shows prior trades.
Right, trades that have closed.
Yep. Let's see, we got any here? Nope. We'll just keep on going down because I know we have trades. Nope. It's going to make me a liar, isn't it?
Yeah, they're going to be there somewhere.
Wow. Yeah. Well,
You'd have to go to your list of trades, list of closed trades, and pick one of those.
yeah.
It's really cool when you see it. At least I think it's cool.
All right, let's find a closed trade terminal history. Oh,
There's a couple. Not very big ones, but there's a couple.
pause. Pound US. I thought I hit that.
It was such a small trade, it might have been hard to see.
Well, no, it said no trades, but it's
Oh.
there. There we go.
See that green line about 2 days over? There.
Yep, right there.
Shows you where it opened, where it closed, and if it's a green, it was a winner. If it's red, it was a loser.
Yep. So yeah, it's a nice feature. It shows you where your prior trades were. Dan likes that. All right. So, you guys have any closing questions before we call it a night? We're hitting just at the hour mark here. So, Jimmy, any questions, Jimmy?
No, sir. No, sir.
All right. Okay, gentlemen. Thank you for attending tonight, and remember. Oh yeah.
One thing
Yes.
I forgot. Maybe when they become customers, they can post their results and their trading styles on the Forex
yeah.
Factory thread. And
Yeah. Earl's already a customer, and
absolutely.
we show them one more time before we close how to get there. I think Earl said he was familiar with Forex Factory.
Well, they can
Yeah,
go.
sure.
They can go to the site. Our site is. We've added something at the bottom of it. So,
Oh yeah, there at our site there's a link for take you right to our forum on Forex Factory here.
correct.
Commercial content and stress free. Where's the stress free?
You might have to search for stress.
Wow. Been a lot of people posting on this thing tonight.
Easier way, just go to our website.
Yep. I'll do that now, sir.
Scroll to the
Right.
bottom
It's
of the
bottom
page.
there.
Scroll to the bottom, okay.
There's a new feature right there. You just click on that thread right there on the link, right there in the. Please
I'm
click
not-
here on the left, on the right. I'm sorry.
I don't even see that, Jimmy.
I don't see it. Click here. Oh, click here. Please click here.
Do you,
See
I don't,
the,
oh, right there. Got
yeah,
it.
right there.
I'm sorry.
Click it.
Yes, I need to make that a. There you go. Takes you
Make
straight
it a
to
button or something. Yeah.
Hey, you might want to bold that.
I
Click
will.
here, Jimmy. Yeah. There you go.
Take a picture of your dashboard results on that equity graph and tell us what you did.
Yeah, share your results with us. And any ideas. I mean, this is all about us working together, and there's so many different ways you can trade this, especially as we come up with more trading systems. So many different variables, time settings. Just so share your ideas, and we'll all make some money together. So, all right. I think that should do it for tonight. If there's no further questions, we will sign out. And remember, guys, if you need any private tutoring, email us and make an appointment. We'll be more than happy to do some one-on-one with you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and dismiss you guys for tonight, and you guys have a great night.
Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Jimmy.
All right, thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you for everybody. Thank you, everybody.
All right. All right.